You've been approved for SDA. That's a big moment, and for many people it comes with more questions than answers. Specialist Disability Accommodation, or SDA, means the NDIS recognises that your disability affects the kind of home you can live in. SDA helps pay for the building itself, not your support workers, because standard housing may not be suitable or safe. There's no single right way to use SDA. This guide is here to help you understand your options at your pace. You're not choosing a provider today, you're learning how the pieces fit together. One of the first questions isn't about funding, it's about how you want to live. Some people want their own space, others preferred shared living. Many aren't sure yet, and that's completely okay. SDA can support different living arrangements. Let's explore what each can look like. Living alone with SDA usually means a home designed around your needs, accessibility, safety features, and space to live independently. People choose this for many reasons: privacy, predictability, or because shared living doesn't feel right. Living alone, however, doesn't mean that you'll be unsupported. You might either live in a high-rise apartment or a villa, and either way, typically there's some kind of drop-in service with a support worker. If you do want to live with a loved one, whether that be your partner, a child, or a family member, then you need to apply with something called Appendix H. If you want to live with a loved one, the NDIS has specific rules under Appendix H. In simple terms, the NDIS requires you to demonstrate who that loved one is that you want to live with and why you can't live in a group home environment. The reasons for not living in a group home could include safety risks, behavioural support needs, or the inability to share support workers with other clients. Living with a loved one is ultimately possible, but it requires an application and it requires providing more information to the agency. Shared living can look very different depending on the home. Some group homes have 2 or 3 people. Others may have 4, 5 or more. Support is usually shared, often described using ratios like 1 worker to 3 people or 1 to 3. There's something important to understand about how this works. In group homes, the number of residents can change. So even if your funding looks like 1 support worker to 3 people, that doesn't guarantee that level of direct support for you. If more people move in or others have higher needs, supports can spread differently. That's why it's important to ask for a clear written quote from your provider explaining how support is shared and what happens if things change. When speaking to NDIS providers, make sure you're clear about who is delivering your on-site overnight assistance or concierge service and who's providing your regular one-to-one core supports. Depending on the commercial arrangements, these services can be delivered by different providers. For your core support one-to-one provider, ask for clear information about support ratios throughout the day, so you can understand when you'll be receiving one-to-one support and when supports can be shared with other participants. Every situation can be different, depending on your accommodation that you choose and also what each provider offers. SDA homes come in different sizes. Some are small, like villas or duplexes, others are larger apartment buildings. The size of the building affects what kind of overnight support is possible. In smaller homes or groups of villas, overnight safety is often managed through on-site overnight assistance, often referred to as OOA. A support worker typically sleeps on-site and responds if something happens. This can work well for some people, but it's not right for everyone. Please note that if you do use an OOA service, you will need to allocate a portion of your NDIS plan from a budget perspective. In larger SDA apartment buildings, overnight support can sometimes include a concierge model. This is also referred to as on-site shared supports, or OSS. These concierge services offer unplanned supports, and they're not meant to replace your regular one-to-one scheduled support worker. The concierge is shared amongst all the apartments. Please note that you need to allocate a portion of your NDIS plan to this concierge service in order to benefit from it. Usually, a concierge means having one support worker that can be awake overnight or throughout the day supporting multiple residents. In practice, this is usually only viable in established buildings, often with around 10 SDA apartments, so costs can be shared amongst the tenants. When enough NDIS clients pool their funding together, it can sometimes mean that the building can afford a 24-hour drop in supports for those moments that you need. Be cautious with newly built developments. If there aren't enough tenants yet, concierge service may be limited or reduced. In this case, bigger can actually be better. SDA funding pays for the home and comes from your SDA budget within your NDIS plan. In addition to your SDA budget, tenants typically contribute a percentage from their disability support pension plus a full allocation from Commonwealth Rental Assistance. Commonwealth Rental Assistance is applied for via Centrelink, and your SDA provider will be able to explain how these additional contributions work. It doesn't pay for daily or overnight support. This is covered by your core budget, which is a different area. You do need to pay for your own utilities, such as electricity and internet, and you also typically pay for the cost of your own furniture. SDA is about your home, the place that you live, and core supports are about the people that assist you. Many people choose to keep these things separate. This means that you can change your support provider without having to move out. Some organisations offer both housing and support, others don't do both. What matters is that you understand the difference. Providers like Steadway focus solely on core supports, i.e. the support worker, working alongside your housing SDA provider rather than controlling it. Sometimes the home or support you need isn't fully covered by your current NDIS plan. This is actually quite common, and it doesn't mean your situation is impossible. NDIS plans are based on the information available at the time that they're written. As your needs become clearer or evolve over time, your plan can sometimes be reviewed or updated. In some cases, additional evidence may be needed to explain why a different housing or support arrangement is reasonable and necessary. The important thing to remember is that there are usually steps you can explore via either your support coordinator or your hospital discharge team if your plan needs to be reviewed. If your needs have changed, or if you're not happy with your funding, you can ask the NDIS to reassess your plan. This is often called a change of circumstances. Now, evidence does matter, and support providers, including your allied health team, often help to gather this evidence. Sometimes SDA providers might be willing to work with your current level of SDA funding in order to secure you as a tenant up front, even if that funding is not quite enough at this point in time. They will then work with you and your allied health team to then submit this change of circumstance so that an increased funding can be requested. Our company Steadway often supports participants with day-to-day evidence that feeds into these reviews. So, see what you can do to get into your desired accommodation, settle in, and then work on this afterwards. If a change of circumstances and an internal review of that submission doesn't resolve your funding issue, you can appeal to what's called the Administrative Review Tribunal, or ART. ART is independent from the NDIS. Now, to appeal to the Review Tribunal, this process can take over a year and there are no guarantees. But in the broader context of the NDIS, this is a recognised mechanism for challenging decisions when funding doesn't reflect your real needs. We truly hope that you found this educational material useful, and I want to encourage you that you don't need to get everything right straight away. Many people change homes, adjust supports, or switch providers over time. Your home should support your life, not limit your choices. So when you're ready, you can explore providers that respect that. including our company Steadway if that feels right for you. We wish you all the best along your SDA journey and hope that you settle into a home that you love living in.